What's going on, guys? I am Switters. Welcome back to the channel, and I've completed the new Easter egg Operation Excision on Outbreak. This is going to serve as a kind of semi-guide as well as just a playthrough, so you can see how I did the Easter egg, and you can see the Easter egg for yourselves if you haven't seen it yet. Now, I say semi-guide because this is very simple, and I'm not going to go through each and every map and find all the different locations for basically what you're looking for here is the red orb. You can see me mark it on the map. That's what we're looking for. That's step 1, and you do this on round 3. You see me go through this portal. Now I'm basically on this one. This is on Alpine, by the way. I'm showing you kind of what not to do. I do everything right, except I go a little bit too slow. This is actually a timed event, which I did not realize at the time. So I'm going to end up failing this because of time, and you're going to see just how little time I failed it by. And then we're going to get to Golova in the next round, and then basically I do it again, and I do it correctly. But again, that initial orb will spawn in exactly the same spot on each map. So on Alpine, it will always be where I just showed you, and when we get to Golova, it will always be in the church up top, where I'm going to show you when we get there. Now, the other thing to note is these orbs in the sky. Basically, you're looking for the little fire crystal type little teleporter spot there that we're aiming at. These seem to always spawn in the same location in the sky that they do every time. So you can basically follow this same when you go through the teleporter and you're launched into the sky. You can follow where I'm going, just do it a little bit faster than I'm doing here. So you don't want to pull your chute too early and just coast. I was taking my time to make sure I lined it up and got it right. And you're going to see we're going through the last one now. When we come out of this, I can't see it. I pull my chute, and I'm going to end up kind of doing a 360 here because I'm looking for it. But it's actually dead ahead where we're looking right now. I just can't see it yet. Oh, I didn't notice it yet. But you're looking for that, like I said, that little fire in the sky. Head towards that. Go there quickly, but don't just, cut your chute and then try to pop it again. Cut it, pop it. You have some time. You see me, as soon as I've been able to, I've been pulling my chute, and we're just coasting the entire way for each of these rounds, these 3 rounds. And you see how close we get before we actually fail it. So you have plenty of time. Don't rush it, but just don't move like a grandma like I did here. I mean, we missed it by literally inches on that one. Anyhow, that's what not to do. We're going to go over to Golova. If you do this and you miss it like I did, it doesn't respawn in the same map. You're going to have to go to the next round and find it on that map. And again, if it's Golova, it'll be in the church where you're about to see now. Alright, what's up, guys? I am back. I would have just shown you how basically not to catch the red orb. You have to move quickly. I didn't even realize that myself. You can hear it, and you can also see some red up there, kind of sparking over the edge. We're on Golova, obviously. And as far as I'm aware, there's obviously this can spawn in on any map, whatever you get on round 3. We're starting at round 3 at least. You can see we're on round 4 because we just missed the last one. You don't have a head, man. But as far as I know, they spawn in at the same location each time on that whatever particular map you're on. So you just saw Alpine, that's where it spawns in. Again, we're at the church over here. You can see that.
Marking waypoints.
You guys are very familiar with this, I'm sure. So let's jump through. And now we just need to spot. There it is. I can see it already. We're going to pull. We're just going to go a little bit faster. Don't want to miss it, though. Don't rush. You saw me in the first one. I went very slowly. For each one, I didn't know it was a time thing, so I just really took my time to make sure I landed my jump. But you can see here exactly where they are when you're coming out. I think this last one, if it's anything like the last map, it might be slightly more difficult to see once you pop out. So let's have a look now. And I believe as well, yeah, I can't see it, so... Oh, yes, I do. Got to travel a bit for this one, so make sure you're pulling your cord on that last teleport. Make sure you're pulling your parachute out pretty quick. And I believe each of these little rifts have the same spawn each time as well. So when when you go through these portals here, you can follow. They should spawn in the exact same place for you as they just did for me. Oh, and now we're just following the thing down. So follow the trail. You see the line of smoke here, and there it is, the beacon listening device.
That comm
Perfect.
device must be strapped off.
Wish I could have heard what they were saying, but of course it dropped me right into the middle of a big fight. Okay, so at the end of the same round that you just did the orb step where you teleport and you come out parachute, when you get to the beacon, just like everything's working exactly like the previous Outbreak Easter egg. So it's those same kind of steps, just the exact same kind of sequence it looks like, just the steps are slightly different. So let's call Ravenov and see what he's got going on.
Ravenov, it's Weaver. Come in.
Aha! Finally, a strong signal. Weaver, your team must head to the area near the sanatorium. I will explain further when they arrive.
Okay, that's all he had to say. And now, as far as I'm aware, once you get to the sanatorium map, you are basically stuck on that map if you're doing these steps until you basically complete the egg. So let's go there now.
Strike team, I need your help. I was recently contacted by a group of scientists who wish to defect to Requiem. Apparently our actions in Ruka has sown discord within Omega. I was to meet with them nearby, but they never made the rendezvous. I fear Omega may have shot them out of the sky.
Shit. Team, we have a ticking clock here. Find those scientists. We can't afford to have them fall into Omega's clutches.
Locate crashed helicopter. Okay, that's our mission. And like I said, we're going to be locked onto Sanatorium until we complete the egg. So I will check back in with you as soon as I locate the next step. All right, guys, I'm back. I didn't find anything in the spa. I did find the helicopter crash site, so let's go see what this is all about.
Omega transport. That must be them.
Team, proceed with caution. We need to know if there are any survivors.
Oh, okay. I guess they turned into zombies? Doesn't seem like we have survivors. Oh, okay. We're gonna get swarmed here. Alright, that's fair enough. Pick up this. Insta these fools. Where are you? Shooting at me, please. Oh, there you are. Okay. Bang, bang, bang. One more bang, bang. Okay, that's everybody dead. You drop me anything good? By the way, if you'll notice right now, I have a chopper gunner, and my gun now legendary. It's because I took out the Orda. He gave me the chopper gunner and another tool to upgrade my weapon. So let's have a look around. Oh, here we go.
Hello? Scheiße. Ravenov, it is Dr. Hugo Jaeger. I hope either you or Requiem find this recording. Most of us survived the crash. We're headed to Monument Island. I hope we'll be safe from Omega. Before you ask, yeah, that is on the other side of the phase, but the scientists are in this. They have created something incredible. A device that will allow us to travel through the phase without dying. Or worse, they only have one prototype, but they are assembling another from spare parts so you can follow us. Unfortunately, we are missing a component and a serial orb. Find one and bring it to the bridge. There will be a slightly modified recon rover waiting for you. Please hurry. Omega shot us down. They will not leave the job unfinished.
Dr. Yeager. I remember him. He was a meek one, but I can't vouch for him. More importantly, this device sounds like something Requiem would be very interested in.
I want that device and those scientists brought back to Requiem. Find the ethereal orb, team.
So this ethereal orb we put onto a rover, and it'll keep us safe from the dark ether, sounds like. Okay, guys, I am back here now, and I'm doing a voiceover. So this is not me talking in-game as I'm playing. I'm doing a voiceover because somehow my audio got completely screwed up. Regardless, so I was looking all around for the orb, and I couldn't find it anywhere. We're at the very edge now of the sanatorium map, and I finally found it. This will look familiar to you. It's very similar to the orb that you see around Outbreak maps, where you can shoot it, it'll give you points, and then if you follow it all the way to the end, it'll give you, a couple of drops as well. Could be some, some weapons, ammo, armor, whatever it might be. Maybe an alternate ammo type. But this one does not, as you can see on the minimap, does not show up. So you've got to shoot it. Now, here's the thing. Ravenov and Weaver are talking about maybe you can direct it over toward the bridge. And Weaver's like, when you shoot it, it just kind of goes anywhere it wants to. So I just decided to start shooting it, and I followed it as best I could to where it went. Then at a certain point, I just decided to start, whatever angle I was going to shoot it from was going to be shooting it toward the bridge. And then what I mean by the bridge is that main bridge on this map. There's, I know there's a couple of little ones or whatever, like the tram tracks. It's not that. It's the main bridge where when you do the what's it called? The Dark Ether Challenge that can give you like a free perk when you get, a mini boss will spawn in, or maybe a few of them depending on the round you're on, and you've got to kill those guys. You get a few drops, and usually a free perk is one of them. That's the bridge I'm talking about. So it's basically on the exact opposite side of the map, and you can see to the left, top left, you see the jellyfish spawning in. So we know now something's going on with the dark ether in this map outside of that bridge. So I think, I can't remember if they've said it already or if they're going to say it very soon here. I don't remember. But there was something about, the rover will protect you. Maybe it was at the crash site. If you bring the orb to the rover, it'll protect you going through the dark ether. Something along those kinds of lines. Anyhow, I just keep shooting it, and like I said, now at this point, I'm shooting in the direction of the bridge. So it'll be me, the orb, and the bridge kind of in a line lined up. Or maybe I haven't here. I'm just shooting it, looks like. So now we're going to go out to the front of the big sanatorium building. And let me know, by the way, if you're doing this, if you get it, you have to get it on sanatorium route. Yeah, now I'm shooting it toward the bridge. Yeah, let me know if this always takes the same path, or if you could make it a little bit quicker by shooting it directly toward the bridge from the very beginning, from where it actually spawned in. But you've got to do this quite a few times, so... Oh, I just realized. I think this will take us all the way through to the end. Maybe it won't. I hope I press stop and have another recording for the boss fight. I think I do, actually. Yes, I do. Okay, because there's another step after this. I was just hoping I wouldn't have to do the voiceover for the whole thing because, and I hope the audio is not ruined for the final step. I don't know what's going on. I've been buying all kinds of new equipment to try to get everything fixed, but... Okay, that's neither here nor there. So we get it to the top of the bridge, but we need to shoot it down to the end of the bridge. But again, let me know if you can make this route shorter by shooting it directly toward the bridge from the very beginning. I'm very curious about that. Don't know how many times I'm going to do this Easter egg, to be honest with you. It's just, I don't really enjoy being on the Outbreak maps anymore. I will play to get the intel and to see the new map Zoo. but I don't know how much I'm going to just play it for fun and to do the Easter egg. Like I said, it's pretty simple, so it's a good one for you to do if you haven't done it already. But basically what it's saying there, if you didn't read the subtitles, was we need to give this thing a toy. Maybe we can coax it into the cage, because it won't go into the cage, into the rover. So maybe we can give it a toy. Pretty good clue. Let's see where that leads. Well, turns out you're stuck with me doing a voiceover. Sorry about that. I don't know what's wrong with my Elgato, but forget that for now. So we need to give it a toy, and I was looking around and looking around and looking around, tried monkey bombs on the rover. That doesn't work. So what else is a toy? The bunny. So you find this ruined mystery box here. Bunny sitting on top of it. So it doesn't look like any other mystery box, right? So if the mystery box is there, it's glowing, there's little sparks coming out of it, the big light shining down from it. If it's not in that particular location, you'll have the bunny just sitting on a couple of blocks. But when you find the mystery box that's been smashed, like you just saw, with the blue bunny sitting in it, that's the one. You go up and interact with the bunny, and then you get a few waves of zombies coming at you. And apparently the video got a little messed up there too. Anyhow, we took out all the bad guys, and there's a little bit of intel that drops with it. We're going to pick this up, and then we're going to take, you'll notice my field upgrade now, instead of the ether shroud or whatever you like to use, it doesn't matter. Maybe you'd like to use that little thorn bush, the new one, or frenzied guard or something. Now we have the bunny, and I do pop it off when we reach the rover itself. Here I got a little nervous because I was like, I didn't know if this was timed as well, like the jumping through the portals. So I started to, I was looking around, just kind of, I want to go, what do I want to do? Maybe I can triple pap my gun right now. And I was like, you know what? Let's just go. Because I didn't want it to, like I said, I didn't want to fail it and have to go another round, or God knows what it would make me do if it didn't work the first time. But so when I get to the rover, I'll end up popping it, and it works exactly like an ether canister when you're doing that mission, that objective during an outbreak map. Same thing. It explodes and it'll kill whatever's, or at least knock down whatever's near you. Makes the exact same sound. It'll look and sound. Well, you won't hear it actually, which is unfortunate because I have to do this voiceover. So I'm just going to talk us through basically from here to the end of the Easter egg. You're going to see there's no, here's like, well, should I try it? Should I try it? Should I try it? Yeah, there we go. And then you just popped it and get this little cool effect. But like I said, it works the same as the ether canister, has the same noise, all that kind of stuff. So now basically we are in just another escort step here. We get a little intel. And Jaeger has betrayed us. He found out about the defectors leaving and coming, over to our side, and he infiltrated the group and killed them. He poisoned the helicopter pilot. That's how they made sure that he killed all of the defectors, is the pilot would crash the helicopter. So that's what happened there. What we've got coming up here is, like I said, it's an escort step. It'll be very familiar to you. But you have this bubble around you. So if you've played or watched Tagged or Toten, the very end of that, the kind of quote-unquote boss fight, it's the same basic theory here. You have to stay within the bubble and kill everything that comes at you that's trying to get you, just like a regular escort step. So there we go. We get our bubble shield that we need to stay within. It's not like you die immediately if you step outside of this. It's just like when you go to the very edge of a map and you step into the dark ether and you start taking a little bit of damage, just like that. So this is fairly easy to handle. I mean, I'm doing this solo. This is my very first attempt. I didn't have to try this a couple of times. It was not a big deal. Again, you can see I have my gun weaponed up, leveled up all the way. I would use this. A shotgun is probably fine, to be honest with you. I like doing this, especially it worked out fortunately for me. On the escort step, because if you can get your area clear here around the rover, and then you can kind of settle down a little bit and then look up the road and see what's coming, you can, if you've got a gun like this, you can shoot out in front of you and get started on getting kills before they actually reach you and the rover, where if you're using a shotgun, they're going to come right up on you before before you can actually take them out. So you do yourself a little bit of a favor. And plus, when you level this thing up all the way, triple pap it's basically a great shotgun as well as being a great long-range weapon as well. I'm using dead wire. Again, you use whatever alternate ammo type you think is best for you, whatever you think works best. I think dead wire is fine. None of them are really great anymore, I don't think. A lot of people are using brain rot these days. But with the elemental pop perk put on, you're going to see, I think I turn 2 mini bosses. I think there was a mimic and maybe even a megaton. I can't quite remember. It could have been a mangler or something else, but it is helpful. They don't really kill other stuff, but they're not going to kill you, which is really the big point of it. So I like this one. You use whatever you like. Totally up to you. Not a big deal either way. So again, you're just continue to escort. Keep an eye out. Gosh darn fire dogs, man. Fire dogs. They should just change this from Outbreak to Fire Dog. You just get so many of them. It's a little bit ridiculous. So what we were looking for is to get into this area, find a monument, and then go to the roof. And that's where supposedly we're going to find the defectors. But again, you're going to find out. Actually, I think beforehand the rover stopped. That's the end of the escort mode, by the way. Now we're going to go to the roof. I think this is coming up where we found out that Jaeger was actually a double agent, not an actual defector, but he's still working for Omega. So that was the monument back there. Just follow the steps. There's a little placard in the air there. You just follow that. Little stairs on either side here. You could rappel up, whatever. I just took the stairs. And we're going to find our defectors. And, oh no, they're dead. And this is where he talks about how he found out that they were defecting. He infiltrated the group, how he poisoned the pilot to make sure that the helicopter would crash and that they would all die. So, and now this way Omega gets to keep all of the technology for themselves, because again, it's much like we did in the last Outbreak Easter egg is, when Ravenov says, hey, Sam, where do you want us to drop these bombs now that we've got it out of Omega's hands? And she's like, it's too powerful for anybody to have. Let's just put it into the ocean. So Omega, obviously, they want that tech. They don't want to just give it up. They built it for a reason. And we're being threatened here. And unfortunately, you can't hear any of it. So I'm real sorry about it. I don't know. In the last month, I've got a new PC. I've got all new cables. I bought a brand new Scarlett 2i2. I got a new Elgato last fall. I don't know what's going on with the sound. It doesn't make any sense to me of what's happening. If you guys have any idea, if you're knowledgeable about electronics at all, please let me know. So anyway, then Ravenov says, okay, we got to get the hell out of here. Go to the exfil site. We do, and then you can see being birthed from the ground an Orda. It makes sense that it comes from the ground. It was actually pretty cool. It's a tree, right? So makes sense that it comes from the ground. Monkey bomb out, get a few kills. I'm going to throw another monkey bomb. I would, by the way, definitely recommend the chopper gunner. You're going to see just how great it is for this I will call this the boss fight. I decided to kind of basically try to take out all of the ground enemies, like all the mini bosses, panzers, all that kind of stuff with my chopper gunner first, and then focus on the Orda. and try to damage him a little bit, but getting rid of all those guys was key to me, because the order is not hard to beat. You can hop onto Outbreak, and if you do that and play it, you see how easy he is to take out. Like, look how fast he's going down. It's not a big deal. So I thought this would be purely a one-on-one. You see how many enemies are left, and I've got over 4 minutes to go. And then we start getting new spawners. And I was like, oh, man. So, and I used my last monkey bomb. So couldn't do that, but that's fine. It's still not that big a deal. This is just a basic exfil. If you've been playing Outbreak, you're used to it by now. I switched over to the Ray K just to kind of check in. Hey, like Firebase Z, this thing absolutely destroys that Orda. I mean, in seconds. Granted, I don't have Ring of Fire here. I'm using Ether Shroud, but still, and it is only double papped. But either the M16 or the Ray K, this is where you might not want a shotgun, but you can pick up a Ray K, you could pick up a regular ray gun, something like that. So we get our achievement, and we get a calling card for it. Chopper comes, picks us up. Safe and sound, we are about to leave the LZ. Oh shit, no we're not. We're going down. Surface-to-air missile comes and just wrecks our day. And now we have Ravenov. No, not Ravenov. Kravchenko. That would have been the real twist if it was Ravenov. Kravchenko comes in. This bastard. We last saw him in Firebase Z. And basically now he has Requiem strike team, and he's holding them captive. So if you watched the Treyarch, if you go to their channel, their last video that they posted is all about this season and what's going on. And when they got to the zombie section of it, they talked about this Easter egg. And it's leading into, it's basically, this whole Easter egg is basically just story for the season 4, mid-season 4, season 4 reloaded, whatever we're calling it, for the round-based map that we're getting in Berlin. So this is story leading up to that. So it seems in that map we're going to basically be infiltrating some kind of Omega elite force headquarters and trying to rescue our strike team. That's what it sounds like to me. If what they said is accurate, that this is basically just leading, this is kind of the intro basically to, I think I just said basically like 5 times in a row there, sorry, that this is the intro to the round-based map that's coming up mid-season. So basically like 3, I said basically again, I don't know why I'm doing that. So about 3 to 4 weeks from now, mid-July, let's just call it. And we know it's Berlin. And that's what this is all leading up to. And then that's pretty much it. So from here, I'm just going to show you the calling card that we get for completing this mission. It wasn't a... there it is. It wasn't bad. It's just... It's not... If you've been... Here's the thing. This Easter egg is... If you've been playing Outbreak... Everything is going to be so familiar that it's just boring at this point. At least, to me, I find Outbreak at this point just boring. Except for that last bit that you do. Even when you get to Sanatorium, it's still the same Sanatorium map. You just have to find a couple of, the crash site, then you find the orb, then you escort it, everything up until that escort part is, you've seen it all before. There's nothing really new to it. So, again, I'm not trying to discourage or dissuade anybody from doing it or having a good time. I'm just telling you my personal opinion. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm extremely underwhelmed by this quote-unquote Easter egg. I think this one was actually solved in under an hour. I don't know by who. I think it was solved in under an hour. And I didn't look at any kind of a guide whatsoever to do this. This is pretty damn easy. So you'll be able to do it no problem. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you do think of it down in the comments, and I sincerely apologize for the lack of sound during the actual gameplay when I was playing. I don't know what's going on with my stuff. I feel like honestly quitting at this point. I've spent thousands of dollars trying to get everything to work, and I don't know why it won't. Not reliably anyway. So, oh well, that's it for me, guys. Subscribe, because I'll try to keep going. That's it. All right, I'll talk to you later.